Hello, my name is Jeremiah Sullivan. I am at Parowan High School. If you don't know where that's at, it's right beside Cedar City, uh, down south of Utah. I teach 8th and ninth grade science and Spanish. So talk about the needing for more prep time. Um, let's see, I have gone too far. Um, The class that I'm going to be talking about today is the Intro to Spanish class. The topic is a culture presentation. I have in my class 28 students. They're all Caucasian except for one is Hispanic. So not a lot of diversity, but I do have a few students who have came from struggling homes or backgrounds. My question that I had at the beginning was, how can I help that one or two students while teaching the rest of the students that I have in the class? At the start, let's see, I use a timer. At the start of the year, I go through all their Spanish names, and I use their Spanish names to address them as I'm in the class. And I usually do some type of gesture as if they're finished with the assignment. Example, the other day, I told them, when you're done with this assignment, to let me know. I want you to do this. And that just means ojo, or watch out. And so they kind of understand kind of the culture that's behind it as well when they do that kind of stuff. At the very start of the class, we always have announcements in our Spanish class. In the very start, we have Anuncios de la Semana, which is announcements of the week. I make sure they understand how dates and everything else works. Semana, day, or the week of, and in Spanish it's different than in English. They list it as day, month, year in order, instead of what we do is month, day, year. So they have to put it in the correct order as somebody from a Spanish culture. And then dia, and then dos cosas. So they have to listen to the announcements, write two things down, translate it in Spanish, and put the day, so lunes, martes, whatever. So they put those in the places. As they're doing that, at the very start, I walk around the room just to see what's going on. I usually come up on some of these things because some of the students don't need as much as help. They list basketball, whatever's in the announcements for that day, and some students need a lot of help. So I can address those specific students as I'm walking around the room, showing them in the book where to find those things. Right after announcements, we do have the alphabet and numbers. And with this, all they do, they have to kind of pay attention right at the start, because I say repiten después de mí, or I can say repiten con mí, and which means repeat after me or repeat with me. And so sometimes they get those confused, and then you have one person blurt out right while I'm saying them. But we go through all the alphabet, and we go through numbers, and it's real good that they just keep repeating after me and repeating with me. That way they get the language down, and it doesn't focus in on one student. It goes in as a group. Then we go to usually either songs in Spanish or vocabulary game. With songs in Spanish, the other day we were learning about eyes and ears and stuff, so obviously we did head, shoulders, knees, and toes in Spanish that everybody got to participate in. And then after that we did, let's see, we usually do a vocabulary game. We did snowball the other day as well, when they were talking about me gusta, or likes, or no me gusta, and I don't like. And they had to write what they liked and what they didn't like in Spanish. they crumbled up their paper and threw it all over the room, and then they had to gather another piece of paper to look at it to see who it was. Then they each had an opportunity to present that paper, whatever they found, and then guess who that person was. And so they usually have fun with those little games. There's just a whole bunch of little games that we play as well. So going on, the culture presentation. This is something that we're starting to do in here. Students will work in groups and select a Spanish-speaking country, as in groups of 3 cultures and topics on the list individually. So they may choose any of the topics listed below or any of the other topics approved in advance. And I sent all those in emails, but I will show you another slide that has those as well. A 5-minute, they have to present a 5-minute oral report with it, and that is prepared and presented to the class. Students may be encouraged to use the posters, overheads, videos, PowerPoint, music, anything, or even teaching aids to help their presentation. Happens a lot of times. And this is the paper that you guys have if you printed it off. These are suggested topics for this assignment: religion, beliefs, politics, and government. I want to go back one. I put this in at the very beginning. It says topics listed below or any other topics if approved in advance. And I thought that was real important. I found out that was important later on because just by doing this, I've had a whole bunch add on to just my suggested topics. They came up. This one's, and I usually go through these, but this one was last time they said, hey, can we do interpersonal relationships? And I had them explain to me what they were doing. And they were saying just like male dominant, it's a language that's male dominant, and how genders, they play a role, time management, personal space. And I thought that was a really good addition to the main thing. And if I wouldn't have the culture presentation, and if I wouldn't have addressed that at the beginning, then I would have never got some of these. Another thing that they also have to pick their country, their Spanish-speaking country. And you have all those lists off to the side over here. You probably can't see them on there, but you guys have that list. Argentina, Cuba, Guatemala, Paraguay. And I listed all these. And someone came up to me and asked me last time as well if they could do United States. Because United States does have Spanish-speaking people in there. And so I added that as well. And so I thought that was a good addition to not only my culture presentation, but to a lot of other things, to have their input on those. So to go back to my question, how can I help those 1 or 2 students that, and while teaching the rest of the students that I have in the class? And I do this by doing examples, by doing various activities, and giving each a job or a task that they have to work together on getting assessments that can pertain to all the students. Thank you.